This is ABC 7 News at 11, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Good evening, I'm Haley Wilgus. Thank you for joining us tonight. It's one of the more controversial and prolonged projects on the Suncoast. Hundreds packed a church on Holmes Beach tonight to give their opinions on some very different options on what to do with the 70-year-old Cortez Bridge. ABC 7's Ray Collins is just back from Anna Maria Island and joins us with this story tonight. Ray.
Haley, repair it or replace it, and if you replace it, a drawbridge or a fixed bridge? Well, a consensus may now be forming. This old Cortez Bridge went up back in 1956. It's had more than its share of repairs over the years. Zach Watson says it's no fun to walk across.
Because it shakes really bad when the trucks go over it, and it's pretty scary, I'm not gonna lie.
And driving across isn't exactly relaxing either. Factor in a drawbridge that goes up more than drivers would like, and that's why the state is asking the public for feedback on what to do with the bridge that connects Cortez to Bradenton Beach. And they're giving specific options too. The current bridge is just 17 feet above Sarasota Bay. One option is a 21-foot high drawbridge. Another is a 35-foot high drawbridge. Another option, a 65-foot high permanent bridge around the same height as the Ringling Causeway and about half as high as the Sunshine Skyway. And a final option is to just repair it and not replace it, something the project manager doesn't favor.
At some point we have to replace the bridge because the cost to repair it gets more and more every time we have to repair it. We just spent $4 million last year.
What are you mostly hearing from citizens?
I got a lot of emails that people want high level fixed.
In our very informal survey, we got two different answers.
I'm kind of leaning towards the 35-foot height drawbridge. Seems the most reasonable compromise.
Everybody has their own opinion.
What's yours?
I would like to see the 65-foot. I think that we're going to need something where there's a constant flow.
And this woman has no opinion yet. She came to find out more about how each project would affect her. She did find out that funding's approved for the design, but not for the construction.
Yeah, no, it's definitely not going to happen for years, but when it does, it's going to make it a lot more difficult for me to get home.
Well, the state says there'll be one more public hearing early next year, and the study will be completed in the spring, Haley.
And Ray, this has been going on for a while.
It really has. Talk first began about this bridge back in 1989, but this recent effort began 3 years ago. The state says they lost a year after the county asked to make room for bus lanes, but then the state concluded bus lanes don't reduce traffic enough to be a benefit to the cost, so stay tuned.
All right, thank you, Ray. We learned more details today about parking meters possibly coming once again to downtown Sarasota as the advisory board met to solidify a plan that will go before city commissioners. The project calls for 450 to 500 parking meters on Gulfstream Avenue and Main Street. They would be using an app-based technology to allow drivers to pay for and monitor parking on their phones. Business owners worry bringing back meters could deter people from coming to downtown. But the city says it would actually help business by increasing turnover in those parking spaces.
It just, deterring the people to come downtown. It just not good for business.
I have talked to economists and new urbanists and developers. There isn't one study out there that says this is a bad idea.
The plan still has to be approved by the City Commission before moving forward, and no word on how much the project would cost. Bright and early tomorrow morning, it is back to school in Manatee County and Charlotte County. In Manatee, teachers were finishing up their final preparations today. The district is putting out a new app in the coming weeks that will allow parents and students to directly get information from their school. Also new, many students and teachers from Orange Ridge Bullock will be starting the school year at Rogers Garden Bullock Elementary. The district closed Orange Ridge at the end of last semester. School officials are advising drivers to use caution around school zones. And everyone wants to know, of course, what the weather will be like as they head out on those school zones tomorrow, Bob.
Well, some of the kids may need some umbrellas at the bus stops because we are going to see some rain again. I don't think it'll be as intense as it has been over the past couple of days, but there will be a couple of storms that will be rather strong, I do believe. This is a classic look of what possibly could have been a tropical system. The outflow is tremendous on here. We have an upper level high pressure system. The low is over land, and that's the only thing that saved us, is the fact that it's been over land over the last several days. Had it been over the Gulf of Mexico, there's no doubt it would have been a tropical storm or possibly even a hurricane. But right now it looks like it's going to continue on its westerly course, but it's still close enough to bring some instability in the skies. And you can see that this evening, pretty big cells lined up just to the southwest of Port Charlotte and also Inglewood, about 30 miles or so. It's moving to the northeast, and it may hold together. So in about 3 to 4 hours, there's a chance we could start to see some heavier rain there. And more storms will start to pop up here in the Gulf, too, right around sunrise. Rainfall totals were impressive today across the region. We had up to 3 inches this evening alone into Charlotte County, and causing some flood advisories there. And earlier today, Longboat Key saw about 3 inches, as well as Northwest Bradenton. More in your forecast coming up in a few minutes. Haley?
Thank you, Bob. We have some breaking news in Charlotte County, where a woman has been shot and killed during a Citizens Police Academy shoot, don't shoot role-playing scenario tonight. This was hosted by the Punta Gorda Police Department. The police chief there is saying in a statement that participant Mary Knowlton was fatally shot with a live round of ammunition. The officer involved has been placed on in administrative leave as they investigate. The FDLE is doing that investigation. Well, today marks what would have been the 11th birthday of Caylee Anthony. The little girl's body was found in 2008 in Orlando, months after disappearing. Casey Anthony was found not guilty of first-degree murder in the death of her daughter in 2011. At the site near where Caylee's body was found, a new cross has been installed after others kept getting stolen. It was built by and put in place by a Sarasota couple. Wally and Janine Goodenough say that they don't know exactly why they built this cross in a previous one, but they just felt led to do it.
And it's here. It's in my heart. Needed to be done.
Maybe being a parent and a grandparent, and the compassion and the love that we have for our children.
Wally says the people stealing the crosses need to realize this is for a little girl and leave them alone. The latest Florida poll has Hillary Clinton now in a statistical tie with Donald Trump. The Democratic presidential nominee narrowly trailed in last month's Quinnipiac University poll, but now leads the Florida race 46 to 45%. In a four-way race, the poll finds Clinton and Trump tied, with Libertarian Gary Johnson at 7% and Green Party nominee Jill Stein receiving 3%. The new poll comes as both Trump and Clinton in the key swing states are on their campaign trails working hard. It's also in line with nationwide surveys showing Clinton gaining support in recent weeks. More controversy tonight in that campaign. Trump setting off a firestorm over what some have interpreted as a threat of violence against Hillary Clinton. The Clinton campaign, meanwhile, dealing with a controversy of its own. Mary Maloney explains.
Donald Trump made an appeal to his base, repeating a claim that Hillary Clinton wants to take away the right to own guns.
Hillary wants to essentially abolish the Second Amendment. By the way, and if she gets to pick her judges, nothing you can do, folks. Although the Second Amendment people, maybe there is, I don't know. But
the Clinton campaign interpreted the off-the-cuff comment as a threat.
Nobody who is seeking a leadership position, especially the presidency, the leadership of the country, should do anything to countenance violence, and that's what he was saying.
The Secret Service said it is aware of the situation.
If someone else had said that outside the hall, he'd be in the back of a police wagon now with the Secret Service questioning him.
But Trump surrogates downplayed the remark.
And you have the power to do something about it. And what he meant by that was, you have the power to vote against her.
Trump himself said tonight on Fox News that he was referring to a political movement. Clinton, however, has not called for to abolish the Second Amendment as Trump claims. The Clinton campaign, meanwhile, is facing questions about her rally last night south of Orlando. Seen behind her is the father of the Pulse nightclub shooter. The campaign said in a statement that he, quote, wasn't invited as a guest, and the campaign was unaware of his attendance until after the event. 4 new cases of the Zika virus believed to have been spread by mosquitoes have been announced in a Miami neighborhood. Florida now has 21 people who have contracted the virus locally. According to a statement from Governor Rick Scott's office, the Florida Department of Health still believes active transmissions are only happening within a 1 square mile area in Miami's Wynwood Arts District. Scott is calling on Congress to return to Washington to pass federal funding in the fight against Zika. Straight ahead, Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with the official Suncoast forecast. Plus, Paul Ryan faces his challenger today in Wisconsin's GOP primary for his House seat. And how you can take advantage of a new curbside grocery service on the Suncoast.
Across America with Mega Jackpots, it's Mega Millions.
Hello, America. I'm John Crode. It's Tuesday, August 9th, and tonight's Mega Millions jackpot is an estimated annuitized $38 million. To win that jackpot, you must match these 5 white balls plus that gold mega ball. Now, let's see if I can make you a millionaire tonight. Our first number tonight is 12. That's followed by 20. Up next, we have 66. Your next number is 44, and your final white ball for this Tuesday evening is 19. Now for the mega ball. Tonight's mega ball number is 1. Again, tonight's winning numbers are 12, 20, 66, 44, 19, and the gold mega ball is 1. Now, if no matches all 6 numbers, Friday's jackpot could be $45 million. Good luck and play on, America.
Need new windows? Buy direct from the factory. New South Window is having a sale. The more you buy, the more you save. Buy 4 windows, save 25%. Buy 6 windows, save 30%. Buy 8 or more windows and save 35%. How? Because New South owns the factory and you cut out the middleman. Award-winning, energy-efficient windows and doors installed with a lifetime warranty. New South Windows are made in Florida for Florida homes by Florida workers. Visit newsouthwindow.com or call now.
Hi, I'm Joan London, and if you're worried about your parent or a loved one living alone like I was, and you want reliable senior care information, then call A Place for Mom, the nation's largest senior living referral service. You'll get free information on assisted living, Alzheimer's care, nursing homes, even important financial information.
They had obviously researched every place, not just given me names. They found me a place for what she could afford, and it was magnificent.
We're now very confident that she's safe, and they just helped every step of the way, and I can't thank them enough.
So if you're struggling to find reliable senior living information, call A Place for Mom. This is a free service, and you can trust them to help you.
Call right now to get your free Senior Care Compass ebook. Find out about the 5 best-kept secrets on financing senior care and assisted living.
Call now, 800-290-0352. 800-290-0352.
Just because someone grows older, does that mean they have to grow apart from their friends or from the things they love to do? With Right at Home, it doesn't. Right at Home's professional team thoughtfully selects caregivers to help with personal care, housekeeping, meals, and most of all, staying engaged in life.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Are you ready to go?
Oh, I sure am.
We can provide the right care right at home.
It's Lincoln's summer sales event here at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKZ for only $299 per month, or a 2016 Lincoln MKX, Lincoln's premium sports utility vehicle, for $339 per month. We also have a great selection of certified pre-owned vehicles. Drive with the confidence of a 6-year, 100,000-mile comprehensive warranty and complimentary roadside assistance. Alex Karras Lincoln, family owned and operated, and winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award. We are located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
Hurricane season is here. Are you prepared? ABC7 has the information you need. Access our special Surviving a Hurricane now. Learn how to prepare a readiness plan and survival kit. Know your evacuation route. Be prepared, Suncoast, when severe weather threatens. Access our special on our ABC7 app and all our live streaming platforms.
Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, and Roku.
Well, I know a lot of students in Manatee County are just hoping it's not going to be too rainy tomorrow for the first day. They have all their new outfits.
Yeah, I'm sure the parents aren't happy about it either, you know.
Yeah.
That makes the lines longer, too, to drop off. But
Always.
things are looking pretty good. I just saw a recent run of a computer forecast model. And you have to look at all of them, obviously, but this one is fairly reliable, and it's showing fairly good conditions to start things off in the morning. Maybe a different story for pickup, but we'll see how that goes. We are looking at a beautiful shot here, the time lapse of what was happening. I actually want to talk about this alligator first. I forgot about this. The alligator right at the front door. Welcome.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, I wanted to show you this because, you know, this is what happens when you get a lot of rainfall around. When you get a hurricane, we talk about this all the time, that these critters come out of their normal locations because the water's all over the place. And this one said, hey, I want to come in for a little while, dry off maybe, who knows. Also, snakes can do that. And on top of that, ants have a tendency, those red ants, kind of ball up in the flooding rains and kind of move along with the stream there. So keep that in mind over the upcoming days. And actually, for the next month and a half, we get another one of these systems move in. KC Key webcam now showing you the sunset. There's a big storm that kind of moved in right around 6 o'clock. And then as the sun was setting, we saw a little bit of clearing, kind of purple sky there, purple rain earlier tonight. And then we had some shelf clouds. Get a look at this. Hart's Landing, James White sending this one in. And it looks like a shelf. It's actually the gust front associated with the heavy rainfall that's moving in. It cools and condenses that warm, moist air at the surface. And this is really a classic look of that shelf cloud in North Palmetto. Deb sending this one in. Appreciate those. And viewer photos, we had some shelf clouds out there maybe right now. We just can't see them. It's too dark. But, boy, another round of showers and storms earlier this evening, prompting the National Weather Service to issue a flood advisory for Charlotte County, where 3 inches of rain fell. And this is kind of interesting. Notice some more storms developing just to the southwest of Rotunda and Placida, moving off toward that direction. So we'll keep an eye on that. I think we'll see more popping up in the Gulf of Mexico. And by the way, that model I alluded to saying it did pretty good and it looks good for tomorrow morning, well, it didn't show that rain that's developing now southwest of Port Charlotte. So it may not be all that accurate. Some showers inland now, winding down. Rainfall totals were very impressive. You know, yesterday Northport got hammered with nearly 4 inches of rainfall. Lakewood Ranch had about 3. Well, it's spread around today. Northwest Braden didn't get any yesterday hardly, and now they got 3 inches today. Flood watch now has been moved northward. And that's kind of following the track of the storm system, which is heading off to the west now. We expect that to continue to move away from us, and that means improving weather conditions on Thursday. Then really, we'll get back to the afternoon and evening thunderstorms. It'll come back on Thursday and continue through the weekend. 77 right now, dew point at 73. The pressure actually has been rising. That's a good thing. 30.10 inches. So we'll even see more sunshine tomorrow, I do believe. Again, east winds are at 8 miles an hour. The high today, well, because of the clouds and rain, 84 degrees, the normal 90, and the record 96 set back in 2009. Nearly a half inch of rain at the Sarasota Braden Airport. We're still below average for the month and for the year as well. And statewide temperatures all in the 70s now, mid to upper 70s. There were no real 90s today because of that large canopy of clouds coming from that storm system over the Panhandle. Right now, 80 degrees in Cortez, 80 in Braden Beach, 75 in Lake Placid, and 75 as well in Punta Gorda. I mentioned the forecast model tomorrow. Looks good, doesn't it? Well, we'll see how that plays out. I still think there'll be a few around in the morning. And then by the afternoon, this particular model does suggest some big storms firing up around 11 o'clock and then moving on shore during the early afternoon hours. And some of those could be strong at times, and they push off to the east and then clearing skies tomorrow night. And then look for that afternoon and evening variety of sea breeze fronts to develop on Thursday. It'll be nice to get back to normal. But those storms, too, could have some pretty heavy rainfall in them because the atmosphere is still very moist, and that will cause some additional flooding concerns, but it's not going to be around all that long. Well, pretty impressive clouds associated with this storm system. And notice that big explosion of storms right there as the low pressure gets closer to those warm waters of the Gulf of Mexico, which are still into the mid to upper 80s at this time. South winds at 10 knots. Tomorrow, a little bit stormy. Seas right around 2 feet with a light chop. And the water temperature now 85 degrees. One of the benefits of these storms and clouds, cooling things down in the Gulf of Mexico. The next tide, a low tide at 12:10, and then a high tide at 5:49. Tonight, overnight storms are developing. I mentioned we have a few right now in the Gulf of Mexico. We'll see if that continues to be the case. And then 60%. So it's down a little bit tomorrow from 80% over the past couple of days, and 89 the high temperature. The extended forecast is calling for typical summer Florida weather once we get through Thursday, and boy, it has been a long 5 days. Haley?
Yes, it has. Thank you, Bob. The NTSB says search teams have recovered the data recorder from the cargo ship that sank near the Bahamas last October. The data recorder is designed to document navigation data and communications between crew members and may hold audio that can shed light on the El Faro's final moments. All 33 crew members died when the ship sank after encountering Hurricane Joaquin. Federal officials announced in June they had delayed the mission to retrieve the recorder until now because the resources they needed were not yet available. The top Republican in the nation has defeated his primary challenger. House Speaker Paul Ryan defeated businessman Paul Nehlen in today's Wisconsin primary. Nehlen was a long shot to win. He had been courting Donald Trump supporters and received praise from the Republican nominee last week, though Trump did end up endorsing Ryan. This is Ryan's first win toward re-election since becoming Speaker last fall. Back here on the Suncoast, shopping at some Walmart stores is about to get a little bit easier. The retailer launched its online grocery pickup service at 4 Suncoast locations today. Shoppers can choose from 30,000 items, then pick up the groceries without ever having to go into the store. The new shopping service also opens up more job opportunities.
When they're ready to pick it up, they just call us and let us know, and when they arrive to the store, our personal shoppers will deliver it straight to their vehicle, so they never even have to leave their the vehicle to come in.
The 4 Walmart supercenters that are offering this online service are in Bradenton, Northport, Osprey, and Venice. A remarkable trip for some local high school student athletes. That is next in sports.
When the Suncoast matters most, no one covers it like ABC7.
There's a lot of excitement here. We're standing right where those Florida delegates will sit. I talked to some Suncoast delegates.
We were right in the thick of that.
ABC7 News. We're here for you, Suncoast.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
They took that stress and that tension when I was particularly feeling very bad after that nasty car accident, and it was such a relief to know that I didn't have to bear that burden alone, that I had help.
Our goal is to not just get a satisfactory settlement on their case. We want them up on their feet, happy again. They've gotten their life back.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
If you have a suspicion for harboring prostate cancer, we have a way of diagnosing by using an exquisite instrument called three-dimensional color flow power Doppler ultrasound. Using this system, we can identify abnormalities within the prostate that you could otherwise never detect. The Dotoli Cancer Center is the only center in the southeastern United States which has this technology. If you have prostate cancer, we will find it.
Come uncork your inner artist at Painting with a Twist. Bring your favorite bottle of wine and appetizers and enjoy an evening out with friends to celebrate any special occasion. It's perfect for a girls' night out, birthday parties, or a fun date night. Painting with a Twist offers 2 or 3 hour classes that are instructed by local artists, and there is no experience required. We now have 2 convenient locations in Sarasota and Bradenton. Visit our website to view our calendar and schedule your next party today.
At Sunset Subaru in Sarasota, it's all about getting more for your money. More years, more miles, more 2016 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus winners than any other brand. Stop by to see our new state-of-the-art showroom today, and you can lease the most award-winning small SUV on the planet, a new 2016 Subaru Forester, for just $229 a month. Complimentary maintenance included at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Now, sports.
It's games like the one the Rays played in Toronto tonight that make you think what could have been this season. A total team effort against the Jays. Logan Forsythe got things going right away with a leadoff home run. That is his 13th of the season. In the sixth, Mikey Matuk padded the lead with an RBI single to center. That would make it 5-2 Rays. And Tampa Bay would have a big inning in the seventh, plating 4 runs, 2 of them coming on the single by Evan Longoria. Meanwhile, Drew Smyly goes 6 innings, allowing 2 runs on 6 hits, picking up his 4th win of the season. And the Rays win this one 9-2. Can Tim Tebow make the jump from football to baseball? Well, we're going to find out. The former Florida Gator Heisman winner and NFL quarterback plans to hold a workout for MLB teams later this month. He's been training in Arizona and Los Angeles for almost a year, but he's not played baseball on a full-time basis since 2005. The 29-year-old is currently an analyst with ESPN. 2 Venice high school teams with multiple state championships get a chance to travel to Havana. Venice high school baseball and volleyball teams are now back home after competing against Cuban nationals. The 6-day trip was organized by SCORE International, an organization that puts together mission trips for sports teams across the world. Coaches and players say that seeing the playing conditions there in Cuba puts everything in perspective. Graduate and baseball player Riley Buckmaster recalls presenting a young Cuban player with batting gloves and a helmet.
He looked at me and said, "For me?" I said, "Yes, this is for you." And he broke down on my shoulder and started crying. That's how thankful he was. He said that his family would have to work for at least 10 years just to even afford this, and maybe more.
It taught our kids that, you know, you don't need excess to be happy. You know, it's faith, family, and friends.
Both coaches say they're looking to take similar trips like this one in the future. Isn't that amazing? That's a look at sports. We'll have tonight's winning lotto numbers straight ahead.
ABC 7 News at 7 weeknights.
Welcome to the all-new Seymour Buick GMC on the island of Venice.
Seymour smiles.
Seymour selection of quality new and pre-owned vehicles.
Seymour for your trade-in.
Seymour savings.
Discover the new Buick and get cash back for up to 16% of the MSRP on select 2016 Buick vehicles. That's nearly $8,000 cash back on this Buick LaCrosse.
Seymour now at Seymour Buick GMC on the island of Venice. Go to SeymourBuickGMC.com.
Is your mop a dirty, disgusting mess? You need the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System, the only mop and bucket that spins the dirt away. A system that cleans practically anything and everything with super absorbent microfiber. Dip it in the washer side and the mess releases into the bucket. Then place it in the dryer side and push on the pedal. You get a clean mop head that's practically dry and ready for more. And your hands will never again touch a dirty, disgusting mop. The heads are washable and reusable. Get the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System for just 2 payments of $19.99. You'll also get a Sticky Buddy, the reusable sticky roller that picks up pet hair and lint and washes clean in seconds. You can take advantage of our 2-for-1 Pick It Up special and get a second spin mop set. Just pay additional shipping and fee. And we'll upgrade you to free priority handling. So don't wait. Order now.
Call 1-800-394-1524 to get your Hurricane Spin Mop double offer. So hurry and call 1-800-394-1524. Call now.
So many possibilities worth exploring. Minnesota Flooring.
And for a limited time, Minnesota Flooring is offering you unbelievable pricing on tile and laminate. Porcelain tile only $1.59. Ceramic tile 99 cents. And 16 by 16 tile $1.19. Laminate flooring is only 99 cents. But these prices won't last. Don't miss out on these great deals. Hurry into Minnesota Flooring today.
Do you have what it takes to become a champion? The Sarasota YMCA Shark Swim Team has been developing champions since 1961. Fall swim team tryouts for kids ages 6 through 18 are being held August 15th through the 18th and August 22nd to the 25th from 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. Tryouts are held at the Evelyn Sadler Jones branch, YMCA's Selby Aquatic Center. For more information, visit sarasotayMCA.org/sharks.
Temperatures on the Sun Coast are rising and the deals are hotter than ever during the summer clearance event at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. You'll feel cooler than ever when you drive away in a new Jeep Cherokee for as little as $19,999, or take home a stylish new Jeep Renegade for just $17,999. How about a new 2016 Jeep Patriot for just $14,999? Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
It was a match made in heaven. Flight attendant Olivia Sievers travels from her home in Germany to Argentina for work. While walking around Buenos Aires near her hotel, Sievers encountered a friendly street dog. She gave him some food and then they played, but he never left her side. He kept returning to her hotel, even when it was weeks or longer between her stops in Argentina. Sievers then arranged for him to be adopted, but get this, he escaped. He did not even want to be adopted. There he is waiting outside her hotel. She finally realized that they were meant to be and made arrangements for Rubio, as he's now named, to come back to Germany. So he has joined her family in Germany.
That bond, it's just amazing.
Isn't that crazy? She was gone for so long and he would keep coming back to her hotel.
Crazy.
It's amazing. Have a wonderful evening. See you tomorrow.